Wow, I just found out some exciting news. I was taking a midday nap. It's an unusually warm day on this last week of the biblical New Year, and I'm gonna share it with you. I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet. I just called my mother. I spoke with a few brethren, but as you've heard me say before, 5 is the number of the Son. 5 has to do with his name, the utterances of his name, Yah, Hua, Shua. Yahuwah being the first part of his name. 5 also is the number of loaves of showbread, which you will find in only one place in Scripture. 5 also is the number of a man's hand, his yad, or his right hand. 5 also is the number that the tabernacle, which is the pattern of the tabernacle, was made after. There's also parts of the ceremonial laws where you add a fifth unto something. I could go on and on and on, but 5 is the Son's number. Okay. Moreover, as you observe the biblical New Year, which is the first day of spring, okay, the vernal equinox, as you do it for so long and observe it, you'll notice that approximately every 5th year, which is the one we're embarking on now, the moon, the new moon, will rise up and appear with the sun in the sky. So right around March 22nd, I'm thinking that's about the day it'll happen. If you look at the sun over in the eastern portion of the sky and you look straight up ahead, you should see the new moon. Or if the sun is at 10 o'clock in the eastern sky, you'll see the new moon over against the sun in the western portion of the sky. So that's one peculiar event. Now, I'm remind you that happens every 5th year. Okay. Now, I was just scrolling on Facebook and you can use it as a good tool. But I saw where some news agencies also posted another peculiar thing. Right after the biblical New Year, we're going to have a very rare alignment of 5 planets. I forget which planets they are. I think they, I don't know. But there's going to be 5 planets that are going to remain in the sky remain visible in the sky for the rest of the month. I normally don't share things like that, because we're not supposed to be marveling at those signs. But however, seeing the uniqueness of it occurring right at the biblical New Year and right at the end of our chastisement and also on the cusp and fulfillment of so many other things, I believe it was worth mentioning, especially there are 5 planets. These are new signs in the heavens. So this Passover that you should begin to prepare for, to keep in your heart, in his season, because we came out of Egypt in the spring by night, and we were commanded to keep this ordinance in his proper season. So we're a little bit less than 3 weeks away, and there's always a full moon on Passover, because 2 weeks after the New Year, which is a new moon, the moon is always full. That's going to be approximately April 7th. So I'm excited. My zeal and anxiousness for our King and Redeemer, whom some of us know by name, is growing. Be strong, be of good courage. Begin to prepare in your hearts to keep the service. I'll go into it as time permits and as the Spirit permits, Yah willing. So I just wanted to make mention of that. Nothing happens quite by coincidence. Everything has a purpose. And he told us, he didn't tell us exactly when his return would be, but he gave us things to look for, the signs of the times. And he said there would be signs in the heavens, also in the sun and the moon, and in the stars and the planets. When you look up at them, they appear to be like stars. So those are also like signs. So I wanted to make this short video to make mention of that. And you will notice, as it says in the book of Enoch, the moon actually falls behind. The biblical New Year is solar. The sun and the stars brings in the new year with perfect justice unto eternity. That's in the book of Enoch. I believe it's chapter 74. Now the moon is off. It says the moon falls behind the sun to the tune of 10 days every year. So in every 5 years, it falls behind 50 days. But there's something about the 5th year where it repeats. The sun does, and it's written in the book of Psalms. Google it and find it. It says, and it shall forever be established the moon as the faithful witness in the heavens. Witness means that it's a witness to something. That's the sun. And it says the sun knows his coming and going, or his going down. So yes, that is one way that we and the ancient Israelites and Hebrews knew when the biblical year of Yahuwah began, because on that day they would see blossoms begin to bloom. And then during the day they would look up and they would see the new moon in the sky with the sun. So that's just one observable thing. And then today is the day of preparation. Tomorrow will be the last biblical Sabbath day of the year. And then we wait for that period of the vernal equinox, which according to everything on the internet is March 20th. But the new moon, which is the month, and they say this shall begin the beginning of months for you. So we wait until that new moon to appear, and then we count it. And so with that, I'll say, peaceful day of preparation to you. And prayerfully, we can all grow in wisdom, truth, and understanding, and pray for one another, because these are peculiar and trying times that a lot of our forefathers waited for and spoke about and desired to see. And we should always pray and watch that we're counted worthy. So with that, shalom to you.